In this video I'll be showing you how to do a Dulk sketch. Start off by very lightly making some shapes that represent the different parts of your chosen animal. Once you've drawn out your shapes, then you can start to press a little bit harder and add a bit more detail to make all of the elements look more like the Dulk painting. Start to recreate different areas using your pencil, making sure it's nice and sharp. After you've done this, start to add in different elements inside of the animal. Remember to rub out the areas that you don't need, the old guidelines, and then you'll begin to add some shade. Using your pencil, add some tone to your chosen area. Start by shading lightly and then slowly add some darker tones into the darker areas. Remember to always look at your Dulk picture to make sure you are getting it right. Start to add detail with a nice sharp pencil. And you can always rub out areas that you don't like. I'm moving on to the eye here, keeping some areas white because this is where the light will reflect. This will make your picture look 3D. On these horns, you can see that I'm starting just to add the tonal shading in, adding it darker at the bottom. As this picture is colour and we're using pencil, you won't be able to recreate the colour, but you will be able to recreate different tones. So the red is dark and the yellow is light. In the star, there is some nice texture, some circle texture, so I start to shade in the star with a circular motion, recreating these different textured patterns in the starfish. I'm using tone to create form, to make it look 3D, and I'm building up that tone slowly. After this, I'll use a rubber to add some highlights and then go back over it to make it look more 3D and blended. Now I'm going to start adding some texture for the feathers. As you can see, I'm going in the same direction, making sure that I'm looking at the picture to follow where the feathers are going. There are different colours, so I'm trying to add darker areas for darker colours and lighter area for lighter colours. I'm adding some detail into the horns with a newly sharpened pencil, and I'm remembering to keep it darker at the bottom and lighter at the top because this is where the light hits. And I'm now adding in some more texture into the feathers to make it look more like a bird. Remember, you can pause this video at any point if you want to continue with your drawing and then start to play it later on. So I'm continuing to add the texture into the feathers, and I'm adding a little shadow underneath where the beak casts the shadow. And now I'm adding some more texture into the feathers, trying to get them different areas. Remembering to sharpen my pencil and add in a nice darker tone, eventually really making that drawing stand out and make it look more 3D. Some more dark areas into the eye and some more shadows that are cast under the horns. and then extra texture to really make the bird stand out. Going around all the areas, adding in extra tone and extra detail in the feathers. Remember to go in the same direction with these feathers because they don't go in a different direction. It's like hair. If you go in different directions, it won't look right. I'm adding a bit more darker tone and extra texture into the starfish. And now I'm going to add a bit of highlights with my rubber so you can see where the light hits. And I'm going to finally tidy up with a little bit of extra shading. And then tidy up around the Kingfisher. Thanks for watching. Good luck.